Hey everyone, I'm Renee Slansky. I'm your dating and relationship coach, and I'm really excited that you're here for this little lesson that I've put together because this is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into it.
Now, this lesson is called How to Get a Man to Keep Chasing You and Commit Without Having to Play Games, Manipulate, or Beg Him. And that is exactly what I'm going to teach you and show you. The first thing you need to know is what this is not. This is not a band-aid or quick fix. And if that's what you're looking for, then you might as well just leave the lesson now. I am not going to be sugarcoating things, giving you fluff, rule books, all that sort of stuff, because most of the time that just does not last or work. And it is not a magical trick or script that you can copy and paste. What this is it's actually about achievable strategies that you can put in place right after this lesson. It is about practical advice, real talk, and I want to cut through any of the confusion. Because as a dating and relationship coach, it's not just my job to tell you the ins and outs and what you need to do, but to also actually give you an achievable strategy on how to actually do it. And that's personally how I work as well. The last thing we want to do is know what the problem is, know what the solution is, and then, have no idea on how to actually implement it. Now, the biggest question that I do get asked is, how can I get a man to commit? Or how do I get him to chase me again? So I don't want to beat around the bush and I don't want to waste your time. This is something that is personally quite close to my heart because I have experienced it, and I find that women are unnecessarily struggling with this because getting a guy to commit is so much easier than you think. Now, I have actually organized a surprise for you ladies, which is going to be revealed at the end of this lesson, so please stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping that you are treating this as a one-to-one session with me, because this is what it's meant to do for you, okay? So take a pen and paper or take notes on your phone, switch off any of your social media or any of your other browsers, because I want you to get the full effect of everything that I am going to tell you. Because what I am going to share can literally change everything. I'm going to be revealing the bro code. I'm going to help you cut out the confusion and give you clarity on what you need to do next to either find a guy to commit to you or to get the one that you're already with to take things to the next level. Now, I'm going to be talking about 3 separate secrets. Secret number 1 is how to get a man to chase you and keep chasing you without feeling like you have to pretend you are busy. Secret number 2, how to get him hooked on you even if you don't feel confident in how you look or who you are. And secret number 3, how to trigger the commitment talk from him without even having to ask about it. Okay. But first, I better tell you a little bit more about me and what even qualifies me to tell you all this information. For those of you who don't follow me or know who I am a professional dating and relationship coach and a life coach, and I coach tens of thousands of women worldwide, and my advice has reached millions. I work with some of the biggest dating platforms and names in the industry, and I'm a dating advisor to eHarmony, Plenty of Fish, RSVP.com, Happen to name a few. I also write love advice for some of the biggest online publications in the world. I've had articles translated into several languages. I work with TV networks such as 7, the ABC, SBS, and 10, and I've had names such as Pamela Anderson and Tony Robbins wanting to work with me. I run the #1 dating and relationship advice blog in the country and speak at women's events, and I have worked with everyone from millionaire bachelors right through to single mums looking to find the love that they have always wanted. Now, why should you actually listen to me? Well, the truth is, as I said before, I don't sugarcoat the truth, and I sure as heck don't want you to just have this sort of quick fix which isn't going to lead to sustainable results. And I'm not going to offer you a band-aid solution. This is about having a radically building sustainable love. This is about unlocking your potential, getting to the core issues, becoming fearless, falling in love with who you are, and knowing more about love education. Now, normally my coaching prices to start with me are around $300 per session, which obviously isn't affordable for everyone. So that's why I've decided to just give you all these tips and secrets for free in this video, because I mentioned before that, this is actually one of the biggest struggles that I see, and I want you women to have breakthrough. I know what it feels like to really want to have a man commit to you and to really be confused on how to do that. So that's why I just packaged it all up and I want to give it to you in this lesson. Now, my guess is that you are here watching this video because right now you are wondering why you're single again, or how you are ever going to convince the man that you are already with to want the same level of commitment as you do. Maybe you've been ghosted, or perhaps you have a history of men flaking out on you. When you think he is the right one and everything seems to be going really well up until the point where he starts to go distant, and then he pulls back, and then he texts less often, and all of a sudden he wants space. And then as soon as you say something, he calls you needy or clingy. Or maybe you're in a marriage and you feel that your husband is drifting and you don't feel like you're a priority anymore. It's really frustrating because you should be able to talk about how you feel and what you want without fear of his reaction or rejection. And it's almost like we just have to learn to live in this limbo where we walk on eggshells and we have a hope relationship, meaning we hope one day things will change, or we hope he isn't like the others, or we hope he will be ready for marriage, or we hope that we don't get hurt again, and we hope that we don't end up alone.
Okay, hold the phone. We are going to do an exercise right now. So there is something that I want you to do.
I want you to take a piece of paper and pen and write on it all the things that you believe are holding you back right now from having a man commit and prioritize you. Now, what are the sort of words that you are writing? Is it to do with your appearance? Is it to do with your situation? Do you have children? Is it to do with your age? Or maybe you have fear, lack, finances, confidence, knowledge. Look at those words that you are writing. Now, how do they make you feel? Do they make you feel hopeless? Do they make you feel confused, disappointed, lonely, and like giving up? I know exactly what that is like. To be honest with you, for 10 years, I totally sucked at relationships, and I could never keep a man even if I had paid him. Yes, I was dating and I was in relationships, but I felt that I was constantly having to chase these guys. I was trying to get them to see my value and offer me the same love and commitment that I was already giving them. And it was like I was never enough, no matter what I did. And believe me, I tried it all. I pulled back and I gave him space. I was mysterious because I didn't want to reveal too much, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I was this independent, fabulous woman. And then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about my feelings and maybe I should just play it really cool. But then I thought, oh, at the same time, I should be playing hard to get and offering him all that chase that men want, right? But shouldn't I also be a damsel? And isn't he meant to be the hero? And isn't he meant to rescue me? I gave them what they wanted, or what at least I thought they wanted, and yet none of it seemed to make a difference. Every single time, I would get rejected and heartbroken. And the worst part was when one of my relationships, which I had literally given more than anything and more time than anyone, decided to split from me. He then proposed to another girl 3 months later after us splitting. And that was my breaking point. I realized that I had created a toxic cycle of chasing men, and that something had to change. I was angry because I knew I was a woman worthy of commitment and love. So then why did the men I date not feel the same? I would lie awake at night and wonder, gosh, is there something wrong with me? Am I dating the wrong type of guys? Am I asking for too much? And that's when I realized, ladies, that convincing a man to commit to me was wrong. It was not my job to convince anyone of my worth. And I was no longer going to just settle for maybes, one days, and the scraps. So I literally made it my mission to not suck at love anymore and to learn how to rapidly get the next man to be the right one who was going to offer me marriage, because that is what I deeply desired. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was a little rocky and emotional at first, and I even had a couple of dud dates in between. But when it finally happened, which was only 4 months later after my epiphany, I met my man, and it wasn't forced, it was easy. And 9 months later, he proposed to me. Now, everyone tells us that getting a man to commit is hard, but that is a big fat lie. The truth is, no one just teaches us this stuff at school or even in life. And if anything, they tell us if he treats you mean, it's because he likes you. Then social media, magazines, and TV tell us that we have to compete with other women and sexualize ourselves more just to get his attention. So we grow up thinking that if we show more skin and he treats us like crap, then we have a chance at love. And I'm calling BS on all that crap you've been told. And I'll even tell you now that texting scripts alone will not get you the long-term commitment that you want from him.
Now, with that piece of paper that you just wrote down all those reasons of why you think he can't commit to you or what it is that is stopping yourself from having him to commit to you, I want you to take it right now in front of you. I want you to hold it, and then I want you to screw it up, okay? I want you to basically screw it up into a tight little ball and then hold it in one hand. And I want you to hold on to it as tight as possible. Now, you can probably already tell that by holding onto something really tight, it becomes painful, okay? And this basically represents the fact that whatever ideas and beliefs and fears and doubts and lies that you have about an ability for a man to be able to commit to you is represented in this fist, and it is what is holding you back and causing pain in your life. So it's time to let it go. I want you to open your fist. I want you to drop that piece of paper, and I want you to set yourself free.
I have found a way that can literally accelerate what you've been trying to get breakthrough in for years. Truth is, girls, you can work hard in love or you can work smart. And this isn't about changing who you are or giving up on the man that you're already with. This is a solution that allows you to work with where you're at to help you rapidly progress your relationship to the next level or help you get a man who never wants to leave. And how would you like to give up striving for his attention and commitment? How would that make you feel? To have peace and progress, to finally plan a wedding or feel like you are the number one woman in your marriage again. Can you imagine if you didn't have to go through relationship after failed relationship because you met a man who was on the same page as you, who pursued you and kept pursuing you even after he already has you? What would it mean to tell your girlfriends that you are engaged as well? To be able to introduce him to your friends and family and know he is not going to run or freak out. This is why I am here, to help you achieve those things. I believe that getting the right man to pursue and commit to you is so much easier than you think, and something that you can start getting progress with right now. So it's time to dive in and make this happen. Okay, secret number 1, how to get a man to chase you and keep chasing you without feeling like you have to pretend that you are busy. Guys are not complicated. They're actually biologically built to seek out their woman. Now, if you have a pattern of men leaving you, then basically it boils down to 2 things. You're either dating the wrong men or you're not giving them a reason to stay and you're basically driving them away. Now, men, just like us women, need specific things in a relationship in order to feel fulfilled. For us women, we love the security of a relationship. However, for men, they need to know that you are offering them some sort of challenge and, of course, some sort of chase. Now, you've probably heard the saying, men need to hunt or men need to chase, which comes from the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. This is not anything new, right? And you'll probably notice that when you start to chase a guy, it has the opposite effect of what it is that you want. However, as soon as you start to pull back, he then comes towards you. Now, that is simply because men actually do need chase in a relationship in order to feel that they are getting what it is that they want from you to keep investing into you. The trick, though, is being able to give him that chase without playing games or feeling exhausted and scared to stop and actually reveal your feelings. So it's a combination between not always being available, but also, affirming him how you feel. Because if you play too hard to get, he will assume that you are too much hard work or that you don't feel the same. And if you play too easy, then he's going to get bored and leave. So it becomes a fine balance that has to be understood to be mastered, but once you're able to do it, it is literally a game changer. You don't want to have to pretend to be busy to get him to want you, because that is exhausting, it's not sustainable, and eventually it'll catch up to you. You want to create positive chase organically without even trying. And the easiest way to do that is to create a lifestyle of chase. Basically, your daily actions, thoughts, and patterns create the chase for you without you having to even think about it. Now, this means that you're able to live your life authentically and have him pursue you relentlessly. He will be feeling constantly fulfilled and prioritizing you, which makes you affirm his committed behavior. And then bingo, you have the balance and the result without the stress of having to try and force the chase. Now, secret number 2, how to get him hooked on you even if you don't feel confident in how you look or who you are. Now, we all want to be desired and prioritized by a man. But when we actually meet someone, it can feel like it has a time on it, okay? So we stress on how to make it last before he loses interest in us or puts something or someone else above us. Now, I know that a lot of you women out there think that you have to look a certain way or try and fit the mold of this ideal woman. This is something that I even used to do. Or you think, okay, maybe I need to put him on a pedestal and do what he wants to try and come across as sexier or easygoing. But ladies, he isn't looking for someone to idolize him, and he actually is going to be more attracted to you if you are being real and authentic. The truth is, what draws a man to a woman and makes him see her as possible wife material is the fact that she's a team player. You see, what makes a man have eyes for you and only you is a combination of attracting him through his primal and emotional senses. On one hand, there is a way to capture his attention through how you look, how you act, and how you speak. But tapping into what he is seeking without him even knowing it is what will get him thinking about you subconsciously and then acting consciously about that towards you. You can be desirable to a man even if you don't feel sexy or confident, because the key is to understand what men actually find desirable, which goes beyond just looks. And have you ever noticed that some of those drop-dead gorgeous men out there aren't necessarily married to typically beautiful women? Or that some gorgeous women who we might envy struggle to get a man to commit? How you look is just a part of it. What makes him stay is who you are and understanding what he finds attractive. You are your own key to getting him obsessed with you, ladies. And every day you can have him missing you and wanting to be with you above any other woman. You can be the most attractive woman that he has ever met if you just learn what men need and desire in order to see you in that way. Now, lastly, secret number 3, how to trigger the commitment talk from him without even having to ask about it. Now, can I just say, you have every right to talk about what you need and want. However, maybe you feel that you shouldn't say anything because you might sound needy or desperate or like a nag. So you're told to focus on just not saying anything at all until further down the track and then tell him. But notice that's usually when he turns around and starts to run. So what if I told you that that is all wrong and you've been losing valuable time? You see, the thing is, men want to know what you think, what you feel, and they hate the guessing game. An assumption is the enemy of communication. The trick here, girls, is to understand how men receive communication and how to speak to him in such a way that he gets a clear message that doesn't scare him away, but at the same time communicates what it is that you want. But imagine if you didn't even have to sit down and have that conversation. You know, the one where you're like, are we together? Where is this going? Do you want the same things? It's that limbo that we find ourselves in that could go either way, and most of the time we find it really scary and an uncertain place to be in. So what if he was the one that initiated these conversations and he started being the one to accelerate the commitment and actually talk openly about it? Men want to commit, but at the right time. Learning to communicate to men goes beyond just knowing more than texting scripts, girls. If you want him to be the one to talk about commitment, you have to master the art of communicating with him in a way where he feels understood, valued, and certain about who you are and what you have to offer. And this isn't done just through words. This is done through actions, active listening, timing, and so much more. Now, I'm guessing that all of the above has helped clear up some confusion and really started to turn some wheels over in your head. But I'm also guessing that you want some help on being able to implement each of those 3 lessons effectively so that you can create effortless chase, so that you can become highly attractive to him, and so that you also know how to speak his language so that he is begging you to commit to him. So what I want to do is I want to help you with all of that and start to get the ball rolling for you. I have created a solution called the Man Magnet. It is my revolutionary short online program that shows you how to get a man to chase you and commit without having to beg, convince, or manipulate him in those 3 simple steps. And the best part is that it requires minimal effort and maximum return of the relationship with yourself. It is a digital e-course that gives you those 3 vital secrets on how to get a man to commit. And it contains over 5 hours of video and audio coaching lessons from myself, as well as strategies so that you can have immediate progress in your love life. Now, it has taken me 10 years of brokenness, rejection, expensive therapy, and countless failures to work out what exactly needs to happen in order to build a committed relationship. But I don't want you to go through all of that. I just want to give you the solution without having to go through the same painful process. This course will help you learn to create a lifestyle that encourages positive chase, so that you don't have to keep trying to convince men to pursue you or feel like you have to play hard to get. It will reveal to you what men need and want in a dream partner, so that you don't have to keep assuming and finding out through trial and error. You will learn what and when to say the right things to keep him hooked and communicate your standards so that you can get the right response. You'll have a clear insight into the male's mind so that you can feel confident to trust yourself and men again. And these women are testimonies to the breakthrough that they have seen through my teachings. Women who've been trying for decades, finally for the first time in their life, getting the progress and joy that they have always been trying for. I want to give you the solution and strategy to get the commitment that you want and deserve. And I want to help you get him off that fence, pursue you, and keep pursuing you because he is too afraid to lose you. I want you to say goodbye to ghosting, eggshells, and start planning your future. And here's exactly how we're going to achieve that. First, I'm going to teach you those 3 vital steps that it takes in order to get a man to commit to you. I'm going to reveal to you what men actually need in a relationship and how to create chase in a way that it is healthy and easy. I mean, what alone would that mean for you to know that you no longer have to worry about trying to get him to chase you? Then I'm going to give you the strategies on how to become the most desirable and dateable woman he has ever met. I will reveal to you What actually drives him crazy increases your confidence and makes you so irresistible that he will have tunnel vision only for you. And lastly, I will give you exactly what you need to know in order to get the response from him that you want. I'm going to teach you the art of communicating with men. What to say, what not to say, and when to say it. How to get your message across so it's actually received, and how to seduce his mind so that he gives you his heart. How to ask for that commitment without coming across as needy or clingy or desperate. And if you could have the confidence and clarity on what to say to him every time, how would that make you feel? Not only am I going to give you 5 hours of coaching with these 3 vital steps, which are how to get him to chase you, how to become the most dateable and desirable woman he has ever met, and how to communicate with men, I'm actually going to throw in 5 extra bonuses valued at over $300 completely free. Now, the first one I want to give you is one of my favorites. It's called the Decoding Men Guide. Now, this downloadable handbook is literally going to be your new BFF. It is a clear insight into how the male mind works. It gives you the do's and don'ts of dating, the red and white flag checklist, dating men with children, what he means when he says certain things, how to get him off the fence, and texting scripts that actually work. This means that you no longer have to guess your way around men. Now, bonus number 2, not only am I going to give you those 3 vital steps, but I'm also going to give you something more than just the Decoding Men Guide. I'm also going to teach you how to beat your current circumstances, master your mindset, and learn how to manifest anything that you want into your world. My Opportunity Manifesto Guide will give you the 6 proven steps to manifest the committed man into your life so that you don't feel that you have to go out and hunt him down. I don't want you to be held back by your fears or your current situation. And that's why I'm just giving you the strategy to break free of that at no extra cost. Now, bonus number 3, not only am I going to give you the Decoding Men Guide plus the Opportunity Manifesto, but I want to give you something that is going to help you boost your confidence and your self-love daily. Because I know what it feels like to second guess yourself and your worth after always feeling devalued and rejected. Plus, let's be honest, ladies, the number one thing that men find sexiest in a woman is actually confidence. And it doesn't always come naturally to all of us. So what I've done is I've thrown in a 30-day affirmation audio track and guide at no added cost. And if you are someone who struggles with feeling confident or knowing how to establish your worth and keep your standards, then this little gem is for you. It's actually going to feed your mind and spirit with what it is that you need to absorb in order to get progress in this area of your life and increase your confidence and sex appeal. Next, I want to give you something special. Not only are you going to get over 5 hours worth of coaching and a workbook to go with that, plus the Decoding Men Guide, the Opportunity Manifesto, and the 30-day affirmation audio, but I also want to give you something else. I want to teach you what men see as wife material. I'm throwing in a brand new, never ever been released before ebook and audiobook on what men want in a future wife. You will learn the number one thing above everything else that makes men see you as his future wife. Plus, you will also learn the 8 ways that you can come across as a high value woman who is wife material. And lastly, bonus number 5. Okay, apart from 5 hours of coaching, plus the Decoding Men Guide, plus the Opportunity Manifesto, plus the 30-day affirmations, plus what it is that men want in a wife, and the course workbook, I'm actually going to share secrets on how to get a guy to miss you, crave you, and prioritize you again. This is my brand new, never seen before, audio and ebook called How to Get a Man to Miss You. And it is full of tips and tricks on how to trigger a man's heart and mind to really desire, crave, and want you even more. I'm literally taking all the knowledge from working with hundreds of male clients and packaging it up just for you ladies. Now, normally to have everything that I just showed you, including 5 hours of coaching videos and audios, plus the course workbook, plus the Decoding Men Guide, the Opportunity Manifesto, the 30-day affirmations audio track, plus the and audio book of What Men Want in a Wife and How to Make Him Miss You, would normally cost you around $1,200, which, to be honest, is a pretty fair price because I normally charge $300 minimum per session. But to be honest, having a committed relationship shouldn't be something that only the rich can afford. So what I did is I actually asked my accounts team what I could lower the price in order to cover my costs. And they came back to me with the figure of $497. But I actually said, no, that's not good enough because I know what these women are going through. So they said, all right, you can lower the price to $147. And I still said no. I need to make this accessible and affordable for these women because I have walked in their shoes. So I decided to do something really crazy with the price, much against their will. But before I tell you what this crazy price is, let me ask you a question. If all it actually took was $147 to finally have some progress and clarity in your love life, it would be worth it, right? If investing in what probably cost you the same as a couple of nice outfits or dinners was actually going to get the man that you want to get down on one knee and commit to you, the value would be more than double that investment, don't you agree? But more than anything, if spending under $150 meant that you could make up for lost time spent on the wrong men doing the wrong thing so that you can have the ideal relationship, happiness, and family that you have always wanted, then I'm guessing you wouldn't think twice about jumping at this opportunity. I know that you are here for a reason because something right now that you are doing isn't working. I know you are trying, but you're not getting the progress or the peace that you yearn for. I have been where you are. And I know that the man magnet is going to get you unstuck and moving forward. So here's what I've decided to do for you. Normally this course is priced around $1,200. And as you know, I was advised to drop it to $497, which wasn't good enough. So they said that $147 was the lowest. But I decided to do something even more because I know the pain of struggling with love and getting a man to commit is so raw and difficult to master. It's something I personally went through for 10 years. And more than anything, I actually want to build trust with you ladies because I haven't met each and every one of you in person. So what I want to do is something incredibly special for you. I decided to drop the price even further, and for a strictly limited time only, I'm offering the complete man magnet system along with those 5 free bonuses valued at over $1,200 for only $47. For less than $50, you will have the formula to get him to chase you and commit. You will have the entire system that has over 5 hours of coaching videos and audio, plus the workbook, plus the Decoding Men Guide, the Opportunity Manifesto, the 30-day affirmation track, the What Men Want in a Future Wife audio and e-guide, and How to Make Him Miss You audio and e-guide, valued at over $1,200 in total. This is all yours for only one payment of $47. But this is for a strictly limited time and something that I will not be offering for much longer because this price drop is unheard of and something that I have never done before. And I want to make sure that whoever is actually ready to tackle this part of their life jumps on the opportunity right now. Once the price resets back to normal, it won't be changed again. So that's why right now I want to save you hundreds of dollars and give you over $1,200 worth of value. If one payment of $47 could transform even your current relationship from being unstable to having him chase you again and offer you a lifetime commitment, what would that mean to you? Is spending less than $50, which is probably equivalent to maybe 10 coffees or 12 coffees, could literally change the dating game for you and make up for years of lost time and heartache? Would you do it? You see, money keeps coming and going into our life, and we usually don't think, anything about spending $50 on maybe movie tickets or coffees or a wine out. But we start to question investing the same amount when it comes to educating us on how to build the love life that we want. You already know the cost of not having what you yearn for. So my question to you is, what is the price that you have on your happiness? If you want to stop chasing men and finally build the committed relationship that you want into your life, then all you need to do is click the add to cart button and go straight through to the checkout, and you will be able to start immediately. Now, for those of you ladies who have already started to purchase, once you've created your login details and you've got access to the course, you'll then find a welcome video which explains how everything works, so be sure to watch that straight away. Don't forget to download your workbook so that you can get started. The Man Magnet is something that I have already experienced, and I am living proof that it works. It's why I created it in the first place. This is about impacting your life. This isn't about changing my life. I'm already doing it. And trust me, giving you this course for $47 is something that is about doing you a favor, not me a favor. I built this course especially for women like yourself, so that you could stop guessing your way through relationships and have the progress and commitment that you want. How do I get a man to commit is the biggest question that I actually get asked. So I just wanted to give you a system that actually works. It's easy for male dating gurus to be out there telling you how to get a man to commit, but they aren't dating these men. And as a woman like you, I know what it feels like, and I understand the in-depth process that it takes within ourselves, as well as knowing more about men and love. All you have to do right now is make a choice. Are you going to stay where you are and keeping, hoping and trying? Or are you going to invest into your happiness and love life and get the clarity, direction, peace and progress that you want? If you're saying yes to the second choice, then simply click the add to cart button and get started today. You will have the entire system that has over 5 hours of coaching video and audio, the Decoding Men Guide, the Opportunity Manifesto, the 30-day affirmation track, the What Men Want in a Future Wife audio and guide, and the How to Make Him Miss You audio and guide. Valued at over $1,200, it is all yours for only one payment of $47. It is that simple. $47 today could change your life forever. So don't delay your love story any longer. Click the add to cart button and I will see you on the other side.